Hello, how's everybody doing today? Good. Hopefully, everybody's doing great today. Another good day to get some good stuff going. So, today I want to talk about just abundance mindset. Abundance takes everything in money, love, life, just to have an abundance mindset or wealthy mindset. So, I'd like to talk about what are some of the signs that wealth is coming your way, or what are some of the signs that you're about to break through your manifestation or your wealthy manifestation. If you're manifesting something, predominantly abundance and wealth, what are some signs that you are going to be wealthy, right? It's a good one. Well, did you know that there are in the universe signs show up for everything you are putting out to create? There's signs for everything. Nothing comes into your world without some sort of sign. Got it? Yeah, nothing comes into your world without a sign. So, what are some signs that you are going to be wealthy? Or what are some signs that wealth is coming up into your life? Let's get into it. Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Thank you, thank you. Numbers, everybody, great day. Grand rising. Hello, hello. Everybody's jumping on today. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? So let's talk about what are some signs that wealth is coming into your life. All right. So one of the biggest signs that you're going to receive wealth or wealth is coming into your life is in your dreams. Your dreams will start to talk to you and show you symbols. Or your dreams may just plain show you like wealthy, like have a lot of money. So that's a sign wealth is coming into your life. What's the next sign wealth is coming into your life? You see synchronicities, particular number 8s and number 7s. Those are really powerful numbers. Those numbers are about miracles, wealth, and success. So you see those, wealth, success is coming into your life. What's another sign that wealth is coming into your life? You start to be more optimistic. You start to think more positive. That's a sign you're getting ready to hit that goal or achieve that dream. Another sign that wealth is going to come into your life is people. People will start to talk to you about money. People will start to show up with money. People around you will start to get money. It looks like everybody's getting money except you, right? But don't worry, that's a great sign for you. That's just a reflection showing that you're in a vicinity, you're in a vibration to receive it. 888 and 777, how long? That doesn't matter. How long is up to the universe and divine time, and that's not your concern. Just stick with your goal. Anytime we try to figure out like how long is, we're going to make it much longer because we're focusing on time and the length of it. When we start to just accept that it's here and it's coming with ease, you can actually speed up what you call time, but you don't actually speed it up. It just makes it a lot effortless for you to come in. But you can slow down stuff. You can keep it away by focusing on when is it coming, man? How long is it going to take for me to manifest? That's the energy you're putting out. That's what you're going to receive. You're going to receive indications of length, time. It's going to take a long time. Instead, decide what you want, accept it's done, and like let's let it go, man, and just know it's going to come with ease and peace, and you'll get it a lot faster that way. So let's get off the how long bandwagon. Patience is the key. You got to have patience. I had a dream last night about me having bags full of money. Yep, so there you go. Signs like that means money and wealth is about to come in your life. Especially if you're someone that's manifesting like wealthy stuff, abundance mindset, those are signs that you're going to achieve that stuff. So what does it take to have an abundance mindset, or what does it take to have a wealthy mindset? To achieve goals, to live better, to have more finances in your life. What does it take to do that? Well, here's a secret, guys. Here's what you have to understand about when it comes to wealth or money and any of that stuff, right? See, the thing with money is, right? we understand, or you should understand, that money is not like a physical object. I know it sounds crazy, right? But man, Mark, I have money in my hand. It's not. It's physical. No. You see what you got? You look. You got to go big picture here, guys. You got to see beyond the beyond to change the game. So look how it works. If you see money as invisible energy, what it is. If you see money as vibration or alignment, if you see money as a state of being, you're going to be in a lot of money all the time, because you're going to create momentum. So that's the first step you can understand if you want to have a wealthy, abundant mindset now. And then whatever you want to do, you can become rich, you can whatever, be comfortable for your life. But the point is just to have more money in your life, or more abundance in your life, to have a better, more peaceful stuff, you have to get good. You got to get the real deal with how money works, right? Okay, so all right, so that's the first thing we got to do, guys. You got to see how money works. Okay, the next thing now, first let me tell you what people do when they mess up. And this is a product that were trained to us by the Matrix. Okay, someone asked me, what does the state of money feel like? It feels peaceful, it feels optimistic, it feels like it's already yours. That's what the state of money feels like. It feels like a quiet confidence, like everything is going according to plan. You feel like you just got money. That's how it just feels. It feels like, hey, I got everything coming to me. Hey, if you want to feel like money, you got to dress like money, walk like money, talk like money. Show your subconscious mind that you are money and you attract money. So those things, your clothes got to be right. The things about that express money for you to get money into your life, you got to do that for someone who maybe you're just new, you want to get more abundance in your life, right? But let me go back and I'm gonna show you like the thing that most people do that the Matrix messed them up with when it comes to attracting or abundance, money and all that stuff, right? So here's what people do. People try to become rich in their physical world. They try to go out and get the money and get the promotion and get the abundance. They try to do stuff in the action in the physical world. They try to like look for ideas. They look for investments. They invest. They do all type of stuff. They're always watching programs on money and stuff like that. They're always at the seminars. They're taking the real estate course classes. They're doing all this stuff to make money. And the reason why most people fail when it comes to understanding how money and abundance or wealth works is, now look, when I talk about wealth is a broad scheme or schism of everything. Wealth is individual. Wealth for you could mean just having all your bills paid, living a comfortable life so you can travel on vacation. Maybe wealth for you could mean millions of dollars in your bank account. Maybe wealth for you could mean a billionaire. So when I speak about money and wealth, I'm talking about all aspects here, guys. I'm talking about from what's comfortable to you to what's millionaire status for some people, because each person has a different view and a different mindset when it comes to money. So keep in mind, whatever resonates with you, it's for you, but the whole principle is the same thing. So I'm not just talking about millionaire or billionaire. I'm talking about just someone that can just get more money in their life, that they can just have a little more freedom, that they can have more time. That's what it's all about. When you hear people, when I talk about wealth, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about strictly millions of dollars or billionaire or any of that stuff. We're talking about regular, normal people, just like interacting every day, that want to change their life, have more money or finances just to have a better living. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. But this can go for anything. It can go from you making 10,000 to 1 million to 100 grand. All right. So let's go back. How to make your clothes right for money. If you want to make your clothes right for money, you're gonna have to wear the designer clothes that shows money on them. You got to go to buy the fine stuff, man, because that is going to exhibit money. You got to buy those things. You got to have them. If you can't buy the real one, you can buy the fake one, because into your subconscious it's all the same, and they can't tell the difference what's real or imagined. It's the mindset. You got to surround yourself in wealthy places. You got to go to that wealthy mall. You got to go to those stores. You got to put yourself in there. You got to walk in those stores. Your mind got to see you in it, so to give it evidence that it's possible. But let me go back to show you why people mess up. So here's what people do. They go to in the physical world, and they try to make the money, and they try to get wealthy, right? But it never happens all the time. And I'm gonna show you why. Because wealth is a state of mind. You have to be rich in your head before you become rich in the world. Nah, did you get that? Let me run it back at you. You have to be rich in your head before you become rich in the world. Just being able to buy whatever you want is a money mindset. Yes, that's an example of a money mindset. Yes. That's freedom for some people. Let me repeat it again. If you want to have the wealth mindset, wealth starts in the mind before it comes into your physical world. Most people don't have the wealth mindset. Most people have a lack mindset. So if you want to develop the wealth coming to you, you're going to have to start to change how you think and how you view money and how you view it's just great stuff. You got to start doing that stuff. So yes, that's right, Brenda. Money consciousness. Money has a consciousness as well. Money has a consciousness. There's nothing wrong with money. We all look. Money is a part of this stuff. We all need money. Money helps you fulfill your purpose. Money is the reason I'm able to do this. I'm able to put content out all the time. I'm able to help you guys and show you need money to do that stuff. I have to pay creators. You got to pay advertisers. I got to pay this. I got to do that. I got to run websites. All that takes money, right? So for Mark to be on this YouTube, if Mark didn't have any money, if Mark didn't win those lottery stuff, Mark wasn't teaching and helping people, Mark wouldn't be here enlightening you so you can have money, so you can see how important money is, right? So that's the first thing people got to understand. Money is important to help your purpose. See? There's people say, man, well, money's not important to me, man. No, don't fool yourself. Time out. You can't fool yourself, people. You need money to do the stuff you want to do. It's just a fact of life. A lot of people have that limiting belief. So money is a good stuff. So you understand, okay, money is an important part of my equation. So money is a tool that I can use to spread my teachings or to spread your content, your brand, whatever you're doing. It's going to take money, man. That's why you have to see that. So people don't see that. See, people have been programmed backwards, man. They've been programmed to think money is like a bad thing, man. Or money's like, oh, it's not good to have too much money. It's not good to focus on so much money. Focus on the spirituality. Focus on the love, peace, and joy. Yes, you can do all that. But if you don't have a comfortable financial mindset, it's going to be hard for you to have peace and joy, man. And look, you all deserve to have a money mindset. All of you deserve to have an abundance mindset. You know why you deserve to have a wealth mindset for all of you guys? Because there's more than enough to go around infinite amount of times. Why else do you need, why is it important? Why do you deserve to have a money mindset or to have that abundance mindset? Because the world we live in, it takes money to do the stuff you want to do. Don't get fooled on that. So there's nothing wrong with accepting that it's okay to have money. Not greed now, just money. Abundance. See how that works? Money answers all things. Money is power. When you have money, you have options. When you have wealth, you have options. So when you can do things on your own time, when you can buy what you want, when you can go where you want, where you can have an ease where you don't have to stress on your bills. Everybody wants that. No, there's not one single person on this chat that does not want that. And spirituality and money are tied together. They are one and the same. People don't understand that. The thing with spirituality is they think the spiritual teachers, don't talk about money. No, you got to talk about that, man, because it's a part of the equation. Everything is one. Nothing is separate. Remember, guys, wealth helps you build and fund your purpose. When you have the wealth, you can expand. And the thing about wealth, when you have the wealth mindset, you're going to create momentum and it's going to keep coming to you. So let me show you another way that you can get to have a wealth mindset if you're starting out. The best way to have wealth mindset is to be of service to others. Do you have unique information? Do you have things that you can help people to change their life? Do you have something that others don't have? See that? What can you do to make someone's life better? Do you have information? People are always looking for information. And by you being of service to others, you can help people. Like me, for what I do. I'm being of service to others, to you guys. I show you guys everything I know. I show about the lottery. A lot of you over the years are probably richer millionaires based on my teachings. Many of you, some of you probably don't comment because, hey, you don't want to be known, but I know. But the point is, when you're service to others, it comes back to you. What if you don't like people, Mark? You're gonna have a difficult time achieving your goals. You have to start to like people, because people are the tools that bring you the money. So if you're going to create a business, if you want to have that, you got to keep in mind, okay, if I can be of service to others, if I can bring information to help someone to change their life, it could be anything. You can inspire someone. You don't know what you can do. Someone could see you and just hear your words and inspire them, and they go out and change their life. That's going to come back to you because it comes in energy. But let's go back to the mindset, though. We gotta get that. We have to get that mindset, okay? The abundance mindset. So how do I develop a abundance or wealth mindset? So here's some stuff that you can do to develop abundance or wealth mindset. First one is, the most important one of anything is, you have to realize that you deserve abundance. That's going to get you an abundance mindset. Remember I say this, you have to say what? Abundance is my birthright. Repeat it. Abundance is my birthright. Say that as much as you can. You got to get your subconscious mind to be impressed, just to know abundance is, because it really is. So to get you on the track to have abundance and wealth, you have to give yourself permission to know that I deserve wealth and abundance in my life. Do you catch that? There's no way you're going to reach your full potential if you don't feel you deserve it. So go ahead, write it down. Abundance is my birthright. You can do it in two ways. You can say abundance is my birthright, or you can do it the most powerful way of all. You can say, get up every day and say, why is abundance my birthright? Then now your subconscious is going to show you why you're abundant. It's going to show you why you're abundant. Remember, guys, I told you this before. I said the chances of you being born are like 1 in 4 trillion. So you're here. You might as well live it to the fullest and enjoy yourself, because you came here to do this stuff. You didn't come here to suffer and to be in lack. None of you came to do that. That was programmed into you, but you didn't have control of that. But now you can change it. And you got to start to change it, because you got to go in, you got to get back down into your subconscious though and change that map. Why is abundance my birthright? Say that every day, man. You're going to notice a big change coming. You'll start to find pennies. If you have pennies in your country, or quarters or dimes, you'll start to see little synchronicities. People will start to come up to you more. That's just a trickle of the iceberg. Then as you develop more, your mind's going to expand, and now you're going to start to go into your purpose. You'll start to make the money, the abundance, because you've convinced your subconscious abundance is your birthright, and which it is. Every single person on this earth has the ability to create massive amount of wealth that will suit their lifestyle. All of you can do it. It's just a state of mind. You have to change your state of mind when it comes to this. And a lot of it is because of ignorance, because you don't know the information that will help you to do that. How do you know what to focus on if you have many talents? Focus on one at a time, or focus on the one you feel more comfortable with. Can you please guide me on how to ask any question to my subconscious mind while I sleep? Just give you the biggest one. Why is abundance my birthright? There you go. I ask for financial freedom and generational wealth, and it's coming my way. Here you go. Maybe all your talents may help someone else and lift them up. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to do. Your talents is supposed to do that. That's when you have your talents, it builds and it supports and it helps so much individual. That's how this stuff works, guys. Your talent and your gifts will push towards helping them. But look, as I said, man, you have to first convince yourself before you convince the universe to make you abundance. All right, let me give you some more tips. I'm going to answer some of your questions here. When it comes to having abundance mindset, wealth mindset, you have to start to take care of your body, your temple. Wealthy people, they take care of their body. If you can't take care of your body, you're sending a signal that you aren't worthy. That means you got to watch what you eat, got to get plenty of rest, got to get your body right. Okay? Next one. When you're developing your wealthy mindset, less is more. I'll repeat that. When you're going to get into the wealthy mindset or trying to develop an abundance mindset, the key is less is more. Now, what do I mean by less is more? Less people in your life, man. You have to cut your circles down. You can't have too much people around you, because too many people, they have lack mindset, so they're going to contaminate you. So sometimes you got to go in silence. Sometimes you may have to go break off for a year to build yourself, so that you can get your mind acclimated to understand it. That's the next thing you got to do. Next thing I do now, right people around your circle. Now, the beauty of the time we live in now, we're all connected through the internet. So it's really, you can have a friend and don't even be able to connect with your friend. They can be your friend. What do I mean by that? You can surround yourself with watching content about wealth and abundance mindset. They're all over, everywhere now. You can have your YouTube on, you can watch programs, you can have mentors. Those are actually friends. Those are remember, your subconscious don't know the difference now. So when you watch them every day, you're gonna think that's your friend. So imagine every day you're surrounded by like people who are positive and wealth or mindset, or the good stuff in life, and they're talking all this positive stuff towards helping you and all this good stuff. What do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen? You're going to start to become very wealth minded. Money's going to start, wealth is going to start to come into your life now, because you're surrounding yourself with the right people. See, those simple tips right there will change the whole ball game for you, man. We are what we eat, and we are who we associate ourselves with. Hello, what about reducing circle while they should be tools in our own success? I don't gotta be able to understand that. What about reducing circle while they should? What do you mean circle? It means like if you have a friend, if you're on this path now and you realize like, man, I deserve abundance, man. I've been putting myself short. I've been selling myself short, man. If you get to that realization, then you're gonna be very rare, because a lot of people can't wake up and understand that they deserve like the abundance. Some people can't deserve stuff. They just can't do it, man. People can't do it. You know there are people out there that they're scared to get love. They're scared when somebody cares about them. They run away when someone shows them love and affection. You know there are people out there like that. That's how powerful your subconscious mind, because some people don't even know that. Some people are just used to like lack. There are people out there that when you give them a bunch of money, in 2 days they waste the money and they're back to like being poor, because they feel they don't deserve it. So I'm telling you that once you develop the mindset and you wake up and you say to yourself, man, I deserve better, man. I got to stop selling myself short, man. I'm high value. I came here, Mark just said it's a 1 in a 4 trillion or trillion chance of me being born. I got to start making this thing happen, man. I'm here for a purpose. Mark just showed me that the universe is infinite. He showed me that money is energy, and if I put my mind to it, I can get anything in any ways. I don't have to worry about how to do it. There's all different avenues. I see Mark win the lottery. I've seen people do this. If he can do it, I can do it. Man, what am I doing? I need to step my game up. If you realize that, you are very rare, because most of your friends and families won't realize that. So that's why you have to now limit your circle, because their mindset is going to be in the lack mindset, and if you're not strong, that could push you off your plan, man. So that means either you don't talk to them about what you're doing, or you build in silence, or if you have some friends that are always talking about lack and they don't have this and they're complaining, or you know, like, man, I gotta like limit my association. I used to hang out with this person like every week. I'm gonna start hanging out with this person like once a month, man. I'm gonna start just chilling and just get my stuff together. Or if you're strong and say, okay, I can still hang out with this person and don't let them affect me, but I don't know how many people can do that. You see how that works? The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Waddell. You know those books? I've never read those books. I've seen them, like Think and Grow Rich, Science of Rich by Waddell. But I just innately know this stuff because this stuff been downloaded to me, man. That's what I'm telling you. You can read books, guys, but all this is available to you because in your DNA. Listen to this now. Listen to this now. This is going to set you up to become wealthy. I get abundance. Check this out. Every single one of you watching this right now, wherever part of the world you're at, whatever your situation or circumstances, did you know that in your DNA, it has mostly all the information of the entire universe coded in your DNA? That means coded in you is all the passwords, the secrets to make more money, have an abundant lifestyle that you can ever imagine. You just have to learn to unlock it. Real talk. Real talk. Every single person does it. Mark, what do you think about Donald Trump? Well, that's a good point. Let me show you how money works now. Once you have an abundance mindset, it can go off into your generational family. Someone like Trump, father was already wealthy, so he naturally had that wealth mindset passed down. But look, many of us don't have that, but you still can do it because it's coded in your DNA. You just have to change the way you think. Now, I want to go back to the book. What's that book? Think and Grow Rich, and what's the other one? Science of Being Rich by Wallace. I want to focus on Think and Grow Rich. I've skimmed through that book, and I noticed something about that book. That book never mentioned the word money. If I'm not mistaken. That book never mentioned the word money. So what does that tell you? Wealth and abundance is a mindset. Money is the tool we use. So if you want to become the abundance mindset, remember this law. You don't focus on money as a primary thing to have. You focus on money as a bridge to your primary thing. You focus on money like a tool, like a hammer. If you have a project and you want to put something in, you use the hammer to nail it. But here's a problem with people do with money. When they get money, they hold on to the money and they feel like the money is the thing. No, it's not, man. Money is the tool. See, you gotta have that mindset. You gotta understand that. That's the thing about with the money, because when we get the money, your mind says, "Oh, I'm secure," and we try to hold on to the money. But what you're actually doing, you're creating more lack by holding on to money. Money is made to circulate. Money is made to. It's currency. They call it currents, like a water. It flows. See, currency. All the words have the secret meaning for you in there. Currency. Bank says, "I'll get your currency." So if you have the mindset that, okay, I gotta continue to circulate money, then more money will come back to me. But you've been conditioned by the matrix because of the lack state that when you get the money, you don't know where it's gonna come from. So you try to hold on to the money, but you're creating more lack. Currency is electricity, correct? That's why it's called currency. And now we live in a more time now where this is so true now, because now we have the internet, and most transactions are electronic transactions now. Everything is done through the internet. You transfer money, it's through your bank account, your PayPal account, whatever account. You're sending it over the years. That's the true nature of money now. So you're seeing how money is in the quantum form now, right? You can go to your Cash App or your bank account, boom, You open your thing. Oh, I got money. Where did that come from? Out of thin air. You literally did it. We just made it up and pop it in. So that means it's all around us. It's there. It's in different forms though. You have it in physical form, like what you call the dollars, the pennies. Then you have it in the energetic currency form, which is the currency in the electromagnetic form. Just like water. Water, you could have it as liquid, gas, or solid. But I wanted to show you big picture to have an understanding of a wealth mindset, right? So I want to show you something else too, guys. That's why it's difficult for you to make an abundance mindset. So here's the thing now. It's how our brains are organically created. Our brains aren't fascinated by money or wealth or any of that stuff. Our brains want just to be able to survive. The brain wants food, water, and warmth to preserve itself. Within our brains, we have the wiring to reach out into the universe for abundance. So the reason why you think to yourself, well, if Mark is telling me abundance is my birthright, so why from birth I can't do that? Well, now you know why from birth, because your brain isn't wired like that. Your brain is wired a different way when you were born. But nevertheless, think about this though. What is money? Money is, we made that up, right? It's part of the universe, part of abundance. So that's why it becomes a little tricky for you to just do it like that. It's going to take, you're going to have to develop persistence, and you're going to have to develop repetition to get what you want. You got to do that, because that's the only way you're going to convince or what you got, impress your subconscious mind, so it can do the work for you guys. But look, let's go back to this, because this is important to understand. So you have to now start to become rich in your mind first. How many people know how to become rich in their mind? Anybody know what I mean by becoming rich in your mind? You got it. That's the first step if you're going to get money, guys. I'll use the word money, but you know what I mean. Abundance or wealth, or get what you want, freedom, whatever you're doing. So look, you all got to start practicing becoming rich in your mind. Do you know how to do that? If you don't know how to do that, I can give you some tips right now. If you know how to do that, comment below. Comment below, Mark, I don't know how to do that. I need help. Mark, show me how to do that. If you know how to do that, fine. But you have to do that. You have to become rich in your mind before you become rich in the world. What are some ways for me to become rich in my mind, Mark? All right. So here's the first one for you to become rich in your mind. This is the first very important tip. You have to practice gratefulness or gratitude. You have to be grateful for what you already have, no matter how big, no matter how small. This is very important, because what happened is you can't see the big picture of what you're doing. You're just seeing a small perspective. So if you can get up whatever time every day, the first step to become rich in your mind is, I'll give you homework, and you can start doing this. This will help you. Every day, make sure you find 5 things, different things, every day to be grateful for. Notice I didn't say find 5 things. I said 5 different things. This is very powerful, because this is going to create in your brain what's called synaptic pruning. If you just get up and pick 5 regular things to be grateful for every day, you're not going to expand your mind. The same thing. If you're thinking the same thing to be grateful for every day, it's not going to expand. Your mind's just going to stay in a pattern. You'll be grateful, you get stuff. But if you can find 5 different things every day to be grateful for, imagine the capacity of your mind expansion. It's going to create neuroplasticity. So find 5 things every day to be grateful for. I'll give you some examples of that. 5 things could involve you, or it can involve external situations. Start with yourself. And then when you're going out in the world, there's so many stuff you can be grateful for. You can be grateful for the air you're breathing. I'm just showing you how big this stuff is. You can be grateful for walking. You can be grateful for breathing. You can be grateful for having being alive. You can be grateful for seeing people. Man, just this stuff can go on forever and ever. There's so much stuff you can be grateful for. You can be grateful for just being grateful. You can be grateful for having a mind. So that's the first step to developing a rich or a wealthy mindset. You see how that works? So okay, so you got that one going there. What's the other thing to develop a wealthy mind? Someone said it in here, and I've seen the comment. Now you got to start to utilize your greatest gift that you ever have. The greatest gift you've ever been given. All of you have it. This gift is so powerful that it can change worlds. Can anyone tell me what that gift is? All of you have the greatest gift. This is the gift we use to create worlds with. This is the gift that interacts with quantum physics. Brenda, you got it, Brenda. Your imagination. Human imagination. Man, what a powerful gift that is. And so many of us underuse it. Some of us don't even know how to use it, man. You know how many people I've encountered and I've coached and I've helped, and they hardly ever visualize it. They don't even know how to use their imaginations. Some of them thought that they couldn't do it because when they were trying to do it, they kept seeing spotty images, or they couldn't get the image to be focused. You know what causes that? What causes that? Lack of practice. That's all it is. Everybody has it. There's some exceptions when people have an aphantasia, but majority of people can imagine stuff. And look, even if you have aphantasia, you still have an imagination. The imagination, though, your brain is wired more with an emotional wiring of imagination. So you still have that. So you have to now build your imagination, man. Your imagination is like a muscle. Now you have to bulk up your imagination, because that's the most. Look, how you think I won the lottery? People say you got to feel it. I never felt anything, man. I imagined. My imagination got so great because I practice. Visualizing is your imagination. So you see how important imagination is? I know that, man. I use it every single day. It's the number one thing that's going to help you. Be grateful for like fresh water like that. See that? I could be grateful for that. That felt good. Look at that. See that? See so much stuff you can find grateful. All of that is impressed in my brain, man. I'm expanding my brain over and over when I do stuff like that. Some people may look at it and laugh. They don't understand it. Look, the simplest stuff is genius. Don't let anybody ever fool you. You don't have to be complicated to make this stuff work. The reason you don't have to be complicated because it's already in all of you guys. Every single one of you guys watching this right now, I got like 400 people right now on this live. You have been chosen by the universe to watch this live right now. And even when I post this live, and whoever watches it, you have been chosen, because this is only going to find people who are ready to have an abundance mindset, because they have the intention out already. Whatever you're ready for, it's going to come to you in some way. So there's no accident here. So all of you here are going to do some great stuff with this video. But your imagination. Let me give you an example of imagination, how powerful it is. Today I got a message on my WhatsApp from someone I think I coached him about 2 years ago. Maybe he's on this right now. And he told me we were coaching. He was like, Mark, man, I had this dream. This is about the lottery. He's like, Mark, I had this dream about the lottery. And you know what I said? I said, okay. I said, what we're going to do? We're going to turn dream now into an imagination. So what you're going to do, when you have that dream, we're going to make that dream a memory. Man, how do you make a dream a memory, man? Very simple, man. You think about the dream as often as possible. The mind gets tricked, so to speak, and the mind thinks it's a memory. When a memory is formed, the mind thinks an experience has already happened. Long story short, he messaged me today after 2 years. He says, man, it came true. His dream was about winning a bunch of money in the lottery. He won the lottery. He won like a lot of money in the lottery. That's the power of imagination, my friends. I'm not gonna say his name. I can't say his name, man. Come on. Look, people, that's imagination. How many of you can start working on your imagination right now? I can give you some tips to work on your imagination. Here's the biggest tip for your imagination. It's very simple. Biggest tip to work on your imagination. Don't imagine stuff. Imagine yourself. What do I mean by that? Okay, here we go. Because we're talking about abundance and wealthy mindset. See yourself in nice suits, in nice clothes. See yourself in a nice apartment or a nice home. See yourself in a fancy restaurant with a nice jewelry, with a nice perfume or cologne. See yourself elegant at the ball, whatever it is. You have to impress your mind that you are in a wealthy condition or society. Even if you live in a studio apartment, you have to see yourself. There's two ways you're going to see yourself, because each individual have these. Some people can see themselves in first person, which is just you're in it. Some people can see it in third person, like they're watching themselves. It makes no difference of whatever it is. First person or third person is not one advantage over the other. So get that, it doesn't matter. So you're either going to see it in first person or third person. When you do that now, pay attention to this, because this is how it works here. That's the easiest way to build your imagination when it comes to wealth. You don't even have to visualize like seeing money in your bank account and any of that stuff. You got to just see like you're in the lifestyle, yourself in the lifestyle. Let me show you how this works. Let me show you what's happening within the cellular part of the human body. When you can see yourself, a mental image forms. That image now is going into your cells. When the cells see that image, the cells associate that image as your physical reality world. Your body will start to morph. Your cells will start to morph. Your body will start to produce oxytocin, endorphins, serotonin, all these chemicals that will get your brain inspired to put you out to achieve these things. So the body actually changes. Because remember, the cells in your body, they can't see outside of you. They take information based on your imagination. They take information based on what you see. So when the cells see that you are this person, like in these fancy places, the cells now are connected to the subconscious. And remember, everything gives off what? Energy, vibration. So imagine you have these trillions of cells in your body. That's what you have. You have trillions of cells in the body. Imagine the powerhouse they're going to put out to the universe. So what happens? Remember the law, right? Whatever you're seeking is also seeking you. So when your cells put all this energy out, it's not putting this energy out for nothing. It's putting this energy out for a response. It's attracting. What happens now, that lifestyle will start to come into your domain. When the lifestyle comes into your domain, so does the opportunities for you. You may meet someone that's very power player. Someone will put you up, put you down. Someone will put you in the game. Someone will show you how the connection. Someone will, it's just the power of your unconscious. It's just how it works, man. That's the simplest exercise you can do that will start to put you on the way to wealthy mindset. You can do this any time of day. You can do this all the time if you want. The more you do it, the better for you, because you gotta. Some of you haven't even. Some of you don't even know this, how to do this, or they didn't know this. You can do it. The more you can do this, the more you can impress your subconscious mind. Because the thing about it is, guys, wealth is associated with you, not the physical stuff. You see, it's with you. It's not with like the car or the mansion, whatever it is. No, you don't look at those stuff, man. Look at you. You have to be there. You have to like. That's how your mind associates reality with. If you see yourself as a wealthy person, you're going to be wealthy. That's it. There's no if, ands, or about this stuff, man. Do you see how that works? Someone says it just hit me. Creating memories is key. Yeah, man. That's the thing that you don't understand, guys. Is that you can make a memory for anything. If you want to create a memory, all you have to do is conjure up something in your imagination, man. You can make it up. And then if you make it up and you think about it a lot over and over, that thought is going to be impressed in the subconscious as a memory. That's very powerful. Did you hear what I just said? You can literally go right now and make something up in your head that you did it. You can sit right now and remember the time that you won the lottery. You can go right and remember the time that you sold the $2 million house and got the percentage of a 50,000, whatever. You can go right now and make all that stuff up in your head. And then once you make it up in your head, and then every night you go to sleep, you think about it over and over again. It's not going to be a memory yet, because your ego is going to filter it out. Because your ego is going to remind you, no, this ain't a memory. But here's what happens. If you consistently do it over and over, it's going to get impressed in the subconscious. Because your subconscious is only what is your subconscious looking for? Your subconscious is looking for information that stays consistent. Your subconscious can't judge. All your ego judges. So even though your ego is eating you up and says stop playing, but if you keep doing it, your subconscious is just watching for a pattern. And after a while, gotcha. So the subconscious says, come here. Now when the subconscious gets it, that's when the subconscious opens it up. Subconscious says, oh, this is a new memory. I didn't have this memory here. Where did this memory come from? Where's the experience of this memory? Oh my goodness, I'm slipping. I have to go get the experience. I'm usually good at this stuff. I usually get the experience first, but how'd you get this memory in without me? So now it has to go get the experience to match what you just put in your mind. Got that? Mark, you getting this information from Neville Goddard? No. I don't know if Neville got this. Thing about knowledge is out there. I've heard about Neville Goddard. When I started this, that's how I got. Someone told me about Neville Goddard. And Neville Goddard talks a lot about imagination too. But it's all the same. We have different ways of expressing it. Yeah, the thing about with teachers, each teachers have their generation, right? So in Neville's time, Neville was very advanced. He was ahead of his time, right? But you have to remember now that during that time, technology kept advancing. We know more now about our brain and the laws of physics than we did in Neville's time. So Neville had some great points, but now what I'm teaching you guys is a more advanced point, or what you could call Neville stuff. But this is more advanced now, because now we've learned more about the brain, the circuits of the brain, how it works, anything like that. So if it sounds familiar, it is familiar, but we're taking it to the next level now. We're going into the ether, the top level, right? And you guys are at the right place at the right time to keep doing this. People keep reminding me I'm poor. That's why I'm telling you, you have to change and limit your association with these people. Man, there's someone is playing like this loud music here. Nothing wrong with that, but I know that the YouTube might just do copyright stuff. You know when you hear music in your videos, they were like copyright. So I don't know if some of this part might get etched out when I uploaded it. I hope it don't picks it up though. And this light is taking forever to change, so this guy can drive off, man. All right. Yep. That's what I was saying to you. I was telling you guys that look, people will make you think you're poor because they are in that poor mentality. Like when you go to work, everybody's in the same struggle. I don't really talk about this, but I call there's like the funnel of lack, the funnel of limitation. There's a funnel. We live in a funnel. The funnel goes like this. Most people are at the bottom of the funnel. So they have the same consciousness mindset about money, and so most of those people are in lack. They're matrix stuff. Then you go up to the funnel, you start to get to more enlightened people. And you get to the top of the funnel are the ones that can get out of the funnel and look down on the funnel. So most of us, we're trapped in the funnel because that's how we grew up. We grew up with our friends and teachers and school and work. And remember now, when we were working, pretty much everybody's making the same amount, right? So everyone's gonna have the same problems, you know. People, you're used to your coworkers saying, man, I got like $20 for my paycheck. I had to pay my car. You're used to all that stuff. Man, I can't even go out this week, man. Man, I can't. You're used to people saying like, I can't take a vacation. You're used to all that stuff. So you associate the world as part of you, right? Yeah. So that's why I told you guys, I said, if you're going to build a wealth mindset, you're going to have to go in like in what is it? You gotta go AWOL. What do they call it? You gotta go missing for a few months. You gotta close down the shop and just say out for season working in your mind. You really have to. You gotta spend some time by yourself, man. You gotta do alone time. What the monks do, when the monks going on pilgrims, when the monks are getting for the next levels of high consciousness, they go out in the mountains and they stay there for like 6 months. And you don't have to do that, but you have to get into your state where you're not associated with people that's gonna mess up your vibe, man. Mess up your vibration. Mark, what was your experience manifesting your daily 4-win? I mean, imagination again, guys. Every day, as often, man, I kept seeing that daily 4. I superimposed the daily 4 in the lottery app. On the lottery, when you go to the lottery app or the lottery website, they'll show you the layout of the page and how the numbers appear. That page was in my head already. I knew the exact layout. I was seeing the same page in my head. I was seeing it in the app. So my imagination was already there. So all I did was I took out the regular numbers they put on the page and I put my numbers in. So every day when I would see the page, I would see my numbers as the winning numbers. And then my mind got convinced that was the winning numbers, and then eventually I won. Again, my visualization and the power of using your imagination to do that stuff. Look, check this out though. I mean, if you just get if you grasp what I just said to you, right? Then you should know something about reality, man. You should know something about reality, man. You know what I'm saying? If you grasp what I just said, you should know something about reality. You're gonna let me put my shades on for this one now, because this is gonna get deep. If you just grasp what I just said, you should know something about reality. If you see me put on the shades, I'm going deep here. If you know this stuff, you should know something about reality. Here's the thing about reality. Notice the word reality. It's not reality. There is no such thing as reality, people. The only thing you ever need to know, this is all that exists. Observation and perception. Go write those 2 words down. Write it down. Mark says the only thing that truly exists is, here they are, awareness, which is observation, slash, but put this, only two things exist, awareness and perception. There's no such thing as reality that exists. Okay? Go write that down. And it's gonna sink in. Awareness, perception. So here's what happens. My awareness to what I'm thinking or imagining in my mind is my perception, not what's actually real in the world. I'll lose the lottery. Someone asked me the question about the Pick 4 ticket when I won those Pick 4 tickets. In the real world, there were different numbers, right? But in my mind's eye, I seen the same thing, but I put my own numbers. And then what do you think happened? This thing I seen in my mind became the real world. So there is no real world. Mind is world. That's why there is no reality. It's my perception. My perception was a unique way I seen the numbers, which became my reality. Reality is a word we use to describe perception and awareness. That's it. So there's actually nothing reality. There's only awareness and perception. What do you become aware of? We become aware of what we're thinking. We live in our heads, guys. You don't live in the world. There's no, as a matter of fact, there is no world out there. All of this is coming from inside of you. It's in your head. It sounds so difficult to accept. I can prove it to you. I can prove to you right now. If you watch my videos and you know anything about what I teach and all the stuff I put out there, I can literally prove to you right now that nothing exists except the thought, the awareness, and observation. All of this stuff you're seeing is actually being projected from inside you outside. I can give you a snippet right now. There is no reality. Write that down. There is only two things that exist. My awareness and my perception. Now, if you want to make it easy for yourself, you can say my awareness and my perception creates reality. But reality is an effect of my causation, which is my awareness and my perception. Hence, reality can't be the thing, it's only an effect. Make it easy for you. When you have a fire, what does a fire give off? Smoke. Right? Fires can't have fire without smoke. The fire is your awareness and your perception. The smoke from the fire is your reality. No fire, no reality. So there is no reality. You see how that works? Now let's go and let's show you now. Let's give you some examples of how this is true. Let's go into the world of physics and neuroscience. Let's go into now how the brain interprets information to show you that this is actually true. All right, I've talked about this before, but you know, many of you may be new subscribers here, or maybe you haven't seen any of these videos. So let's check this out. So what we are seeing around us right now, let's go into your eyes. So your eyes have what's called photoreceptors. You have photoreceptors in the eyes, okay? In the corner. So just like your phone, you have pixels, your eyes have what's called photoreceptors. So what these photoreceptors do, they pick up light from outside the universe called photons. So the universe real stuff is electromagnetic waves. It's a bunch of light stuff. So some of the light you can see, some of it you can't see. That's why they say to you, only 1% of reality we can see, 99% is hidden. That's what it means. It means that there's so much different forms of light out there that we only can see like a small percentage. So let's focus on the ones we can see. So the other lights you can't see. You and I can't see those lights. And there's other stuff we don't know yet. So that's 99%, so we have 1%. So the light that we can see, our eyes have these photoreceptors. So what happens now, these lights come in, the photoreceptors in your eyes grab the light, all right? And then it descrambles the light and breaks it down to information. So when it grabs the light, it sends the light into your eyes, and then when your eyes, you see your eyes, if you see your eyes, there's a little line connecting your eyes all the way into the back of your skull. It's called the visionary cortex. So when the photoreceptors grab the light, it does this by chemical reaction, by the way. It's electrochemical stuff. So it actually takes light and breaks down light into chemical. Let me repeat that. Your eyes, your body is very remarkable. The photoreceptors takes the light that comes in and breaks it down into chemicals so that the brain can map it out or receive it. So when it breaks it down, it goes into the back of your skull in a part of your brain called the visionary cortex. When it gets into the visionary cortex, that's where now it becomes a picture. And then when it becomes a picture, it gets spat back out, and then you see the world. So the world isn't outside, the world is inside your visionary cortex, then it gets spits out. Technically, the world is just light. Your brain creates like a movie and it spits it out. So actually, when you're seeing stuff outside, it's actually seen from inside. That's why the world is inside of you, being projected outside of you. All of this you're seeing is you in your head. You're not even here. I don't know where you are, but you're not here. You may be in a different dimension, I don't know. None of us are here. Here doesn't even exist. We're just in a we're being convinced. It's like, hey, you ever put on those what do you call those things? Those VR goggles and stuff? And you put them on, and then you're like you feel like you're in a real thing, like you're in that the thing, like those virtual reality glass things they put on. And then as you go like this, you see stuff. You take it off, right? That's where you are in the real world. That's how your brain works like that. So it's inside of you. That's just a snippet to get you to understand how it works. See how that works, guys? Let me see. Yep, someone says you are infinite, no time, no space, no place. Yep, that's why I say you're not here. How can you be here? I'm talking in real. This is like deep stuff now. Think about it. How can you be here when here doesn't exist? The atoms in your body are more empty than matter. You are more empty. You are more nothing than something. The only thing that we have an awareness of is our ability to be aware. That's it. Our awareness creates our perception. So you and I aren't even really here. The true you and I, that is. You're not here. You can't be here. Yet we are here, but you're not here. The mind becomes very confused to understand this concept, but it is really true. The only awareness we know that you are here are two ways, people. The memory you have and the awareness and your perception. That's it. Where do all of those come from? Photons. Light. Now the question is, this is the question right here. You answer this question, you win a Nobel Prize in science. Science is trying to answer this question right here. The question is, okay, where does my awareness come from? Where is the origin of my awareness? Where is the origin of my consciousness? Where is the origin of me being aware of myself? Where is that? You can answer that, you'll get a Nobel Prize. If you can show where that is, they have a Nobel Prize for you in the physics world. Physicists are trying to figure that out. Where is my consciousness from, man? What is the powerhouse? What makes me realize I'm aware? Yeah, it's coming from some. Where's the projector? What is projecting this stuff? Is the universe alive? Was the universe created, or did the universe create itself? Did someone create the universe? Is the universe just how it is? Am I a part of the universe? The universe is a part of me. How do all of this stuff work and create, man?
Hey, my friend. God bless you, man.
So those stuff, you have to, and you got to ponder these stuff, man. This is the stuff that you got to think about, because this is stuff that's going to take you to the next level of consciousness, man. This is the stuff that's going to get you into the next level of awareness. These are stuff that you have to, like, literally put out there so you can get some clue. Or yeah, better one, someone asked this, who is observing? I'm aware I'm observing, but I'm aware that I'm Mark because I have a name, but who is Mark? What is really Mark? Well, you know, there's no Mark, there's no really you. But where's that coming from? Well, we know that it has to be a higher version of us, or we call it a higher self. But where is the higher self? Does the higher self have a higher self? You know. But don't bug your brain with that right now. I'm just giving you some food to ponder. But look, you know you're here wherever this is, and you know you're aware, right? So now you know that this stuff is like a simulation. So now you know you can create a lot of stuff using your imagination. So why don't you start using that? Why don't you start focusing on getting your imagination rolling? Start to now develop that wealth mindset now. Now you know the tools to do it. Now start getting on it to do it. See how it works? You can't observe what you are. Yeah, you can't observe the full being of you. You observe part of you. I am. I think the thing is, you are truth. That's the only thing that you can say. You are truth. Okay, Mark. One end you say stay in the present, and the other end you say visualize, which is in the future. How to do? This is from Awu Yadav. Okay, Awu, so look, here's what you need to know. When you visualize, you don't visualize in the future. You're always visualizing in the present. So the present is always a present. You cannot, anytime you visualize something, it's never in the future. It's always in the present. Even if you look ahead to next week, Friday, when are you doing it? In the present. You're doing it now. You're not doing it next Friday. Next Friday isn't here. It's your mind that gives you the illusion again of a future. So just remember that. So you're always in the present. Anytime you use your imagination, anytime you visualize anything, you cannot go anywhere but here. You can't go to next week. You can't go to back. You can only go here. Just remember that, guys. Your mind gives you linear conception, which is an illusion. Nothing ever happens in the future. Nothing ever happens in the past. Everything happens right now. When it happens now, you form a memory of a past. But it didn't happen in the past. It happened now, which is a memory of this form of a point in the now. Your mind associated with the past. This day right here, in this moment right now we're feeling, is the same moment 2 billion years ago when you didn't evolve. This moment right here, right now you're feeling is the same moment right now in 20, whatever it is right now. Nothing has changed. The only thing that's changed is the environment we create, is the stuff we put in there. But the actual state of being can never change, because the state of being is a constant, everlasting, infinite point in space and time. You cannot be anywhere else but now. Go try to do something right now tomorrow. You can't even compute in your head. You can't do it. So whenever anything you do now. That's why I talk about the time. When people say, oh, I gotta wait for the right time. The right time is always now. 999 from Danny, thanks. I am the light, the way, the truth. Thanks, Mark. Yes. That's you guys. Your mantra should be this. You can write this down. I am truth. That's it. I am truth. You are truth. There's nothing else. You're not lie. You're truth. You are the truth. That's the only thing that we can ever observe, is we are truth. Truth, you know what truth is? Truth is this moment right now. That's truth. This cannot be a lie right now. So we are always here. The problem with this is our brain, man, developed a coping mechanism. It's called your ego. This coping mechanism is what gives us the confusion and the disconnection from our true selves. Remember that. You can never be disconnected from who you are. You can never be disconnected from truth. You can never be disconnected from wealth. You can never be disconnected from all the abundance, the money, all that stuff. You can never be disconnected from that. What's going on is your ego is creating resistance, making you feel disconnected. Feeling disconnected and being disconnected is two different things. You can feel disconnected, but you can never be disconnected. Remember that. Feeling and being are two different states, people. Remember this. Being is where you're at right now. Now let's get deeper. Let's even dive deeper now. If I just showed you that right now, at this moment, is the same moment 2 billion years ago, is the same exact moment right now in this 20th century. Let's go back farther. Let's go before the Big Bang. It's the same exact moment, man. Let's go farther. Well, you can't go farther because you can't even remember if the universe has a beginning or an end. But let's just go farther back to before the Earth became the Earth, before we were formed. It's the same exact moment right now. So what happens here? So if this moment is the same exact moment, the perpetual moment is the same exact moment, that means what I'm experiencing right this moment, or anything I ever think of experiencing right this moment, I've already experienced it or done it before. Let me run that back. Let me run that by you again. If I'm here in this moment, which I am and you are, and I could imagine anything in my mind, I've already done it before. All right? Okay. Knowing that I've already done it before, will I be able to do it again if I've done it before? Well, check this out. Not only will I be able to do it again, it was already predestined for me to do it again, because I'm now aware of this moment in this universe. Therefore, if it's in my head in this universe, it means I have to do it again in this universe. If it's not in my head, I did it somewhere else. I didn't want to do it again. In other words, whatever you're thinking or you're conceiving, you already manifested it already. Your weak, limited brain is just catching up to the timeline of reaching your manifestation. Do you see how that works? Now look, we have evidence of this in the world of physics as well, in science. This is not just like a philosophical thing here I'm talking about. We're talking about space-time continuum here now. Let's go into the world of the quantum world. All right, let me show you. Let me show you in quantum terms that this has already happened, and it's happening now, and you just haven't caught up to it happening yet. But nonetheless, it's already done already. Okay, when the universe began, right? Or whenever the universe, or part of the universe doesn't have a beginning or an end. We know that we definitely know the universe don't have a beginning. So the universe, we can say chapters. So the chapter is the Big Bang for us. That's a chapter. So when the Big Bang began and everything got spewed out, that meant that every particle that was spit out already rearranged themselves into what already was supposed to happen. And not only rearranged themselves in what's supposed to happen, they became entangled with one another. So everything was already scripted and played out from the get-go. It's like a game of, the best analogy I want to put it to you. It's like I'll do a movie thing. It's like I made this movie. The movie was already made, but I already watched the movie because I made the movie. But you didn't know I made the movie, which is your ego, your higher self. I'm the higher self. I made this movie already. I'm watching the movie, and then what I did is, my pre-release date was when I got here, but nonetheless the movie was already made because I made it already. But my ego doesn't know about it because my ego develops here. So that means it was already made because now everything became entangled. If everything is entangled, where does everything come from? Where does money come from? Where does a car come from? It's come from the same world as particles. Particles make a car. Nothing can be anything without atoms and protons and electrons in there. All of those stuff together. So literally, I'm already here manifesting what I wanted already. So what's happening is my ego is just watching this movie, but my higher self is like this because I already seen the movie because I made the movie already. So I'm just chilling, and I'm not going to say anything to my ego though, because I don't want to spoil the movie for my ego. Even if I tell my ego, he's not going to believe me. He's going to say, nah, it's not going to happen. So that's why I don't say anything. So it's like, like you watch a movie before, you take your friend or someone to the movie, but you don't want to spoil the movie for them. So you don't tell them you've seen the movie. You just act like you didn't see the movie, so you're just there chilling. But you already know exactly what's going to happen. It's like that. But you don't want to tell them you see the movie, because then they'll start asking you, all right, man, tell me what's going to happen in this part. He's like, nah, I don't want to spoil it for you. So it's best not to tell them. That's how this works. So you've already done all this stuff already. See how that works? So why do we make effort to manifest? That's a great question. The reason you make effort to manifest is because you've been convinced that you're disconnected through your ego and also through your unconscious mind. That's why you make effort to manifest. Those two parts of your consciousness were groomed by our so what you call reality matrix. That's right, you already have what you desire. Martha. That's why we make effort to manifest, because we believe we're not connected, or we believe we're disconnected from it. Who did I watch the flick with though? That's a great question. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe you're just maybe your higher self is watching it by its that's another level of knowledge that I don't know who watch it. How do you overcome the ego? You overcome the ego. You have to speak out to your ego and you have to put your ego like a child. You overcome the ego by making the ego realize it's a tool. Once your ego understands it's a tool, it'll leave you alone. You use your ego to help you to achieve certain things. I choose not to control my, what is this? Infinity is key. Yes, infinity, the universe is infinite. Can you think of something that doesn't have a beginning or an end? Can we think of something? Can we have a perception? Can we think of anything in human terms? Is it possible for us to think of something that doesn't have beginning or end? It's literally impossible, right? No matter what we're doing, you and I can't even think of anything without a beginning or an end. To me, something has to have a beginning, and to you, something has to have a beginning, right? But the universe, that's who we are. We're part of that. It doesn't have a beginning, people. It's just here. It was always here. The only reason we know it doesn't have a beginning is not through our logical mind, because scientists and physicists can't comprehend that either. So you know what they have to do? They have to use instruments which don't have the ability to think like we do. They just gather data and facts, and they use instruments, and these instruments indicate that our universe is just a part of infinite bubble universes that's always been here, just popping in and out of existence. It's always been here. That's where they have the theory of the parallel realities now, because they know that there's other universes on top of our universe. There's a universe above us, there's a universe below us, there's a universe next to us, It's infinite going on. And not only this, but here's the trippiest thing that would trip you out. In these universes, you're there too. Yeah, you're in that universe, A different copy of you, but nonetheless you. A fractal of you. It's called a fractal. You seeing the universe from a different perspective, from a different unique point. You need to know stuff like this, because this will open your mind to the next level. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Good one. Finally, the Red Hawk, member for 9 months. Thank you, Red Hawk. She's been a member for 9 months. Yes, I'm a member of the Universe Bank. Yes, you are. Isn't that only a theory? Yes, it's a theory, but keep in mind though, theories are very substantial, and they're very what's the word I'm going to say? They're very reliable. Our world is built on a theory. For example, the theory of relativity. It's a theory, but yet our world depends on this theory. Without the theory of relativity, you wouldn't be able to have satellites, wouldn't be able to have the GPS. A lot of stuff that we work with or invent wouldn't even have developed. So theories, just because it's a theory doesn't mean it's not a fact. Theories are workable. So the fact that it's a theory is a very, very, very positive aspect. The only reason Hannah is this Hiranya Pramar. Thank you, Hiranya. 449. Thank you. Is God only dreaming? Well, technically, guys, I mean, you and I are dreaming. This is a dream to us. Like I said, we aren't even here, man. Who knows where we are, but our consciousness or who we are is not here. There's a difference between who we are and what we're being projected as. We're being projected. I'm projected as Mark. You're projected as L. Brooks. You're projected as, let's call out some of you guys' name here. Eternal Abundance. You're projected as him Morvell. You see, we're just projecting ourselves into this field here, this field of awareness. We're projecting ourselves here. The projection gives us real experience, because when we project ourselves now, we have nerves and sensory stuff, right? And these senses give us the illusion of real feelings and all that stuff. But again, everything we feel can only be attributed to our brain. When we feel pain, it's brain. There's actually no real pain out there. Pain is inside here. When you feel heartache, it's brain. There's no real heartache. You can't have heartache. You can't fail. You can't be lonely. None of that you can't have any of that stuff. You can't be depressed. You can't be sad. You can't be broke. All of those are just states of our brain's perception based on the environment. That's it is. You, the true you, who you are, none of those things you can't do. You're above all of those stuff. Those stuff can't touch you. You can tap into that part of you now. You know that you can tap into it. It's you, is right there. You just have to dive into another level of consciousness. That's where you enter the flow state. When you're in the flow state, nothing can touch you. You can't have heartache. You can't be in all this stuff, because you already know that you are truth. That you already know, like, man, all of this stuff is just an illusion I'm perceiving, and I'm aware of it. Yeah, I feel the pain. It feels real to me. But in the broad aspect, you know what it is. You know, like, okay, I know it's my brain and my body feels it. You know, yeah, but, and you can actually fix pain. You can actually make pain go away. You can do, believe it. It's called placebo effect, where you can heal the body, the brain. They can turn pain receptors off. That's why when you go to the doctor or you have surgery and they're cutting all that stuff, what do you think happened? You're not feeling the pain because they turn the pain receptors off. You go to the dentist, they put the needle in, you're not feeling the pain. What do? They put something to cut the nerves off. So you can see all of this is just perception and stuff. We're in a matrix. Yeah. But the reason I'm saying all of this stuff here is at one point. I just want to show you that everything is in your mind, and like when it comes to creating stuff, don't try to create stuff from like the external part of the world. Don't do that. You gotta change inside of yourself first. No matter how real outside seems to you, it's still an illusion. The only thing that's real, the only thing that's real is awareness. You being aware right now, that's the only thing that's real. Your awareness to whatever's happening, that's the only real stuff. Now, from the awareness becomes the illusion. Now, the illusion is perception. Your perception is also an illusion now, guys. Keep that in mind. When I perceive something, it's an illusion because I'm making it up. But the illusion now becomes a part of my story, my reality. That's what you call reality. So the only thing real is my awareness, and then everything else I make up, but it gets superimposed into my reality. Hopefully that makes sense. Yes, your perception is based off senses somewhat. But here's the thing about your perception too. When you perceive something now, what are you doing? You're looking at it from your unique what? Your unique makeup, your unique map of reality. So your perception can never be the same as another person's perception. That's the beauty of this. That's what makes this so fun. That's what makes this so infinite. Because you and someone can be in the same place at the same time, and you will never ever have the same exact feeling or experience about the same place at the same time. Because within you, there's always going to be a little perception that's going to be a little bit. And your senses, even when you have your senses, who programs your senses, guys? Who programs your senses? In other words, so you see some people, who determines that you're an optimist, you're a pessimist? Who does that stuff? Who programs the senses? Your environment programs the senses. When you came, okay, look, when you came here, you're like a brand new car. All right, let me give you an example so to make it easy for you. Let's say, like, let's use sports car. So you got a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. So when they build these Lamborghinis and Ferraris, when they come off you see them in the shops and they're building them, right? When these Lamborghinis or the Ferrari or McLaren comes off the lot, everything is pristine. All you have to do is just turn the key, right? Start the key up and the car goes. So and when you buy a sports car, like a high performance sports car, there's always a break-in period. They'll tell you, like, all right, just drive regular for the next 1,000 miles. And that's called the break-in period. The reason they do that to you because they want the oil lubrication to be in the chassis. They just want the car. I mean, you can go drive the car if you want. You're not going to break the car. It's just recommended that it's a break-in period for everything to get lubed correctly, right? So it's just like you. You're like the Ferrari, the McLaren, whatever. When you came into this universe, when your mom had you and you popped out your mom's womb, whatever it was, everything in you was already set up. The only difference is now you had a break-in period as well. The break-in period would not like a car now. With a supercar, with a supercar, you want to follow the break-in period, because if you don't follow the break-in period, if you go too fast or whatever, it's going to affect the longevity of the overall car. That's why they specify break-in periods, because they know, like, man, this could have some adverse effects down the line, right? Same thing with you. So when you came here, you had a break-in period, but the supercar was already set up to, like, do everything. It was set up to, like, tear up the road, do corners, 0 to 60, man, everything, right? You were set up like that. When you came here, though, you had a break-in period. But here's the problem, though. Somebody else was driving you. You couldn't drive yourself. And they messed up your braking period, man. They messed up your braking period. They went too hard on you. You know who had your braking period? A bunch of people. They were tossing you around. It went from your mother, it went to your father, it went to your uncle who used to babysit you, it went to your grandma who used to watch you when you're a baby. When your grandma was watching you when you're a baby, she used to watch nothing but the news and all bad news and all that stuff. And you were a little baby, it get into your head. Your grandma used to watch the soap operas that went into your head. Whoever was with you, that was your break-in period. So they broke you in incorrectly. So now, as you get older, you develop glitches or electrical problems. Like cars start having electrical problems because someone, like, didn't follow the braking period in the car. Sometimes with these supercars, they specify if you don't follow the braking period, you will void the warranty. They say it on the car. They say, look, man, you can't take this car and go 0 to 60 like that. I want you to go 500 to 1,000 miles. And they will know when you violate the braking period, because the car has a computer. The computer will sense the speeds and everything. You will know for the first 1,000 miles. So you can't go to the car and trick them and say, hey, man, my car broke. Did you follow the braking period, sir? Yeah, I followed the braking period. All right, sir. Let me just plug it. What are you doing? I'm just plugging in the computer. It'll tell us how fast you were going. Just give us information to make sure so we don't have to void your warranty. Oh, really? Damn. Sorry, sir. Your warranty's voided. On the first day you got the car, you were going 100 miles per hour. You were going 0 to 60. You were flooring the car. They have all that information. You have all that information too. It's recorded in your subconscious mind. It's called your map of reality. So, as you are going through your life and you get older, you have no idea that you had this braking period. No one told you about this stuff. So you're driving your car, man. You didn't know. All of a sudden stuff start going wrong in your life. You start sabotaging yourself. You start not believing you're good enough. You start struggling. You start working hard or whatever. You're just all over the place, man. But you didn't know that you came here like fully equipped already, and all you had to do was the braking period. But the problem is, guys, that we didn't control our braking periods. But the difference though between the car and you is, see, when a car messes up its braking period, they can't just push a button to fix the car. They gotta now take the car in, and then probably have to like do a whole bunch of work, which is gonna cost more. With you, you don't have to do that. With you can literally push a button and recalibrate back to your braking period. Recalibrating back to your braking period means you can go into your subconscious mind and rewrite the code, and you'll be right as new. But most people don't know that stuff. They didn't know that. 90% of people don't know that. So they go through life like having glitches in their life, like a faulty car. They never be able to fix it. That's right. You are engineered to succeed. The ones who find out though that they're engineered to succeed, like you guys, now you guys are finding out you are engineered to succeed. And your parents, when your parents had you, they didn't know this stuff, so don't blame them. It's not like they knew you had a braking period and they're like, they thought what they're generally were doing wasn't going to affect you, or they didn't know themselves. Like when you were a baby and your mom or your cousin fighting and you hear about money, they're talking about, I don't have enough money and da 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 da. You didn't know none of that stuff would affect you later on in life, but it does. It gives you a faulty map of abundance and say that you don't deserve it. You didn't even know it was going to affect your relationship. You didn't know that you were going to attract toxic people. You don't even know why you're attracting the toxic people, but it was all based because your braking period showed you that you weren't good enough, you don't deserve it. Therefore, the program that has to run that way. So I just want to give you a different perspective and see that, so you can make sense and see, okay, what's really happening. Don't blame your family, guys, because some of them they were duped themselves. You can't blame your family. You have to understand that once you understand what they did, just go fix it. You can't go back to your mom and be like, yo mom, why did you struggle with money? She couldn't do it. Mom, why were you so toxic? What? Her mom was toxic. Her mom before her was toxic. You can't do that to your family, so don't worry about that stuff. Just understand, okay, I see where my family messed up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fix myself now. Because they probably didn't know themselves. That's what you do. Don't become a victim. You don't want to get the victim. Yes, have compassion. Because your family probably were doing the best thing they knew how to do, because that's what they couldn't see outside the box. Remember now, they were in the same pattern like you. Your mom's mom probably did the same thing. And if you're not careful, you're going to do the same thing when you have kids that your mom did to you. So it goes by that, but you have to interrupt the pattern. You got to understand, like, man, damn, I have this pattern that's like not going good for me. That's right. One day says, be the change you want to see. Correct. V Tantri says, keep your manifesting to your success. That's, yep. That's right, guys. It was hard, but all is forgiven. I hold no grudges. Velvet says that. That's good. Yeah, the rain is good. Yeah, that's the thing, guys. So I just want to share that with you guys to remind yourself that, man, that you got to remember, guys, you have the keys right now. There's really nothing you have to do. You don't have to go outside of yourself to try to get wealth or anything. All you have to do is just use what you have that's given, that's already programmed in you. You have your imagination, you have your awareness, and you have your perception. Those are your three powers right there. And you can change the world with those powers, because the world is changeable. The world is not the world. The world is it's an illusion, it's a matrix, a simulation. It's like a game. But just like any game, you have to know the rules of the game. You can't play a game if you don't know the rules. I mean, to be successful at the game, you gotta know the rules. So I'm just teaching you the rules that I've learned and I've developed, and I'm passing it to you. And these are the rules of the game. Know the rules, and the game will treat you very well. The game will be your best friend, man. The game will love you. You will master the game once you know the rules. You guys are learning the rules. How to choose your goal and your purpose in life. All right, your goal is easy. A goal is when you want to know if you have your true goal, notice if it's in your heart. If you're thinking about something and it makes you feel inspired and it gets you up, that's usually a good sign that's your heart. Let's go. Now your purpose is interesting now. A lot of people will go try to find their purpose. Don't go try finding your purpose. Purpose finds you. How do I know this? I'm living proof of this. I thought my purpose, whatever it was, my goal, was to be the chef. That wasn't my purpose. My purpose found me. I had no idea I would be doing this 4 years later with you fine, enlightened people, tribe. I had no idea I'll be getting downloads for all this information to teach like this. I had no idea any of this was in me, man. But again, the purpose found me. So that's the same with the purpose. Don't try to find your purpose. Just focus on your goals, or like what makes you feel good, what drives you, what you want to accomplish. Focus on that. Your purpose will come calling you, and you'll know when your purpose calls you. The thing about purpose now, here's the interesting thing about your purpose, man. I'm gonna tell you this right now. You can't get away from your purpose. You can't hide from your purpose. I tried it, it didn't work. Did I tell you that story? When the universe was calling me and telling me I had to come do this stuff, and I was trying to run away from it because I wasn't sure. Like when I was a chef, and the guy that was came in, that guy was like hating on me for no reason. It was the universe pushing me out of that. The universe said, hey man, you gotta leave this and go do your true purpose. But I couldn't see it. I was trying to still hold on, man. And when this guy, the chef there, he was like, man, he was pushing me out. I was like, why is this guy on me, man? All of a sudden, I was like, oh, the universe brought this guy to get me out so I could get out of my comfort zone. But I didn't know that then. But I just thought this guy was like an asshole, right? This guy would just send me pictures of the kitchen and like the crew, like, hey Mark, you gotta have these guys doing the right thing. Look how they leave the storage room. I'm like, what the, bro? I was like, bro, come on, it's like 11 o'clock, man. It's my day off. We'll do this when I come to work tomorrow. Stuff like that. I was like, what the heck's going on? But it was the universe. I'm gonna tell you why the universe brought this guy, because I'm gonna show you something deep. So I was running away from my purpose. So I was like, man, I'll go get another job, because I had a lot of connections. You know, I had friends that were like working the resorts. I had a friend like, hey man, Mark, you want to go to the Bahamas? What is it? Oh, the Cayman Islands. Hey man, I'll put you in the Cayman Islands for like 6 months. You work in the resort for 6 months. You make like 20 grand in 6 months and save your money up or whatever. Or, you know, 30 grand something in 6 months. No, all expenses paid. It's like, you go to the Cayman Islands. I had that. Another guy, my other friend, he was in Miami by the airport, by the golf course. He's like, hey, you can come work here, man. You can be the nighttime, the kitchen manager starting off here, and then the sous chef work. So I had a lot of options, man. I was like, all right. So I was like, I didn't want to go to the Cayman Islands. I mean, I'm good. I didn't want to go for like 6 months in a resorts. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna come to Miami. So the day of the interview, he's like, hey man, just everything is set. Your paperwork is set, Mark. All I want you to do is just meet the owner. And once you meet the owner, you know, that's it. So the owner flew in to meet me that day. So I was like, all right, I'm coming, man. So I'm on a 95 driving to go to the interview to get this new job. So I'm like, screw this job, I'm gonna leave this guy. I'm on the highway on the I-95, man. Taking my time. You know what happened? An accident happened, man. A tractor trailer flipped over. The way the tractor trailer flipped over, it flipped over horizontally and blocked the whole 6 lanes. It felt like bloop. It didn't fall like this. It felt like the whole trailer thing blocked the 6 lanes, man. On the day of my interview. I looked up at the universe. I was like, what are you doing? Do you not want me to make money? Do you not want? But it was my purpose was calling me. I couldn't see the big picture. See, I was trying to run from my purpose, but the universe brought my purpose to me. It's like, man, you can't run from what you already been planned. I already did this millions and eons ago. My ego just didn't wake up to it. So I was like, damn, maybe it's not for me then to go and be a chef. I gotta go do. Maybe let me try this stuff that the universe is telling me to do. And the rest is history. Now, the reason why I said that this guy was sent by the universe, because when I left, when he got me to leave, when he got me to quit, as soon as I quit, he left. See, the universe, it was done already. His purpose was served. As soon as I left, he left. Because I went back to the hotel a couple times, you know, to catch up, talk, and they were like, I was like, where's such and such? He's like, man, he got fired or something. He left too. I was like, damn, he served his purpose. Because, guys, you gotta remember, like when I was working there, man, me and the head executive chef, we were like really cool, man. This guy would go fishing. He would bring me fishes when he went fishing. That was my boss, right? He was cool as heck. So I had no kind of issue, man. He would just like, sometimes he would come in. As soon as he see me come in, he's like, all right, Mark, peace. He just leaves like the to-do list. I got to check temperature. So he's like, peace. And he's gone for the weekend. He goes to the Keys to fish. He'll text me. He's like, man, I got some snapper, some group. I'm bringing some back for you, man. We can make specials on it. I was like, all right, cool, man. His name was Mike. So I had a real good relationship. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, he left. He's like, hey, Mark, man, I'm transferring. I'm going to such and such. See, the universe was working. And they brought this new guy in, and it was like living hell. It was total thing. So I knew. So look, the lesson is this. My lesson to you is this. Go with the flow. Don't try to fight the thing that's going on. I was trying to fight it. So just go with the flow. Whatever's happening in your life, just go with it. Because the universe may be doing something great that you have no idea that you're doing. You may be entering into your purpose, man. You may be, you know, like me, like what happened with me. And then when you're ready, then the stuff get downloaded into you to do your purpose. So that's why I say don't go looking for your purpose. Your purpose will come finding you. That's the lesson I learned. I learned like that's when I started to learn like, oh man, so this is how this stuff works. That's when I started to learn like, oh man, this was already set up from the get-go. This was done before I got here. See what I'm saying? I was like, this was already. I was like, damn, I planned this before I got here. That's how I knew this was like. That's why I knew this was a simulation. That's why I knew that there was everything was already done, because you can't make any of this stuff up. The stuff that happened to me is like a movie, man. On the day, why couldn't any other day the tractor trailer flipped over? But the way the tractor trailer flipped over, it made sure that I wasn't going to go there. It didn't flip over like where one lane and the traffic could go. It said, I'm going to block this whole lane, man. You ain't going nowhere. You're going to miss this. And I did miss it. I missed the interview, man. And then I went back. I went back to the job, man. I was like, man. And I just decided I had to quit. I didn't know what I was going to do. That's when I just won my first lottery. So I had money. I had money. I was good for a while. But still, I didn't know what I was going to do. I had the car, bought this car. Everything was good. So I was like, man, I was just like, I'm just going to take a vacation, maybe take a year off, and then see what happens. That was my plan. So I was going to quit. And then I went, and I was like, man, should I quit? And that's when I told you the story. That's when I went into the office, the HR office. That's when I knew the universe like set this up. And I was like, all right, universe, this is what I exact said to myself. I say, hey man, it's crunch time. It's now or never. You're either going to give me a sign to let me know I'm doing the right thing, or I'm just going to look like a stupid ass and go through this stuff. And I went into the office and I had my coat, my chef coat and everything. I gave it to her. And I was like, and as soon as I was talking, she's talking to me, and she didn't want me to leave. She's like, are you sure you want to leave, Mark? She's like, where are you gonna get a job? Da, da, da. Do you have enough money saved up? Da da da. All that stuff. She's like, maybe you want to rethink this. You know, my ego was like, yeah, man, maybe you want to rethink this, bro. Maybe you need to stick on. So my ego was really fighting me because, you know, the ego sees limitation, right? But somehow there was just something inside of me that said I had to do this. I just knew I had to do it. I couldn't go back now. I was too deep in it. And then as she was talking to me, and she was like, you sure you want to do this, Mark? As she was talking to me, something moved my eyes to a picture in her desk of her family. And when I looked at the picture of her family, I told the story before, I looked at the picture of her family. Next to her was her two sons. And they were playing like sports. One of them had a football jersey, one of them had a basketball jersey. And they were both together. And you know what their jersey numbers were? 33-33. That's when I knew it was a wrap. I was like, all right, thank you. Okay, now I know the deal. Because prior to that, I was seeing 333. So you know what the meaning of 333 is, right? 33 means that you're about to fulfill a purpose. You have spiritual gifts. You have spiritual abilities. It's time for you to go out and make the decision. It says if you're going to start a business, do it. So the threes are very powerful. They're telling you that the universe has chosen you and now the time is right to go do your thing. So when I see those threes in there, my confidence immediately went up and I was like very happy because now I knew that, okay, I'm doing the right thing. And my total demeanor changed. And she was like, you all right? Because I was just giddy, I was laughing. She's like, why are you laughing? I couldn't even tell her why I was laughing. She probably thought I was crazy. She probably thought like, hey man, Mark, you may be crazy. Let's get you to the hospital and something like that. But I was just laughing, man, because it was just so trippy. It was like, yo, this is a simulation. I couldn't believe this stuff. You couldn't make it up. And her sons were 333, and I did that, and that was a wrap. Yeah, so that's just an example of how this stuff worked. It happens in my life, it's going to happen in your life. Question here said, you said that the guy that was there to point you where you needed to be had served his purpose because he left afterwards. You think he had more than one purpose then? He may be called again to serve? Yeah, it could be. You know, that's how the universe works. The universe will use people and things to get point across to you. But I know for me, he served my purpose. Wherever he went, I don't know, maybe he served someone else's purpose or his own purpose. But I knew for a fact, if it wasn't for that guy, I probably still would have been like in the kitchen chef. Because I was just in a comfort zone, you know what I'm saying? I was cool. I just won the lottery, I had money, I was making money. So my life wasn't like detrimental, you know what I'm saying? I was on the beach. I was in a hotel. You know, it was pretty cool. It was a chill. So if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be here doing this. So he came as a purpose to get me out. He was really on me too, man. And for no reason. He was just finding this little stuff to get on me. But in hindsight, I look back, I understood why. And that's how it works in your life, guys. People will come into your life to either lead you towards your desires, to test you, to make you stronger, or to open you up to your purpose. And you have to follow that stuff. And then things will happen in your life where it seems like you're going the wrong direction and everything you're doing seems to not be working, maybe because the universe is trying to point you in another direction. What we tend to do, we tend to force stuff. Like I was trying to force that. The day when the interview happened, right? I didn't tell you this part. When the tractor trailer messed up, The guy was staying for 2 more days, so I rescheduled it. So I had another opportunity to go, right? And the day when the interview came up and the opportunity for me to go back to the second interview, everything was good this time. I was on my way there on a 95. It was good. But you know, when I got there, the hotel had like a drastic power outage. The entire hotel was down. So he had to leave, and whatever it is, and the hotel had to, like, on generator, there was no way to process information. See? So no matter what I did, I couldn't hide my purpose. So free will is kind of an illusion. Like, overall free will, your overall purpose and destiny is already set up for you, whatever it is. You set it up already. So it means you can't fail. So how do you know like what your purpose is going to be toward what you're like passionate about? That's what your purpose is going to tie to. Something you're passionate about will always give you a clue about your purpose. So whatever you have in your heart, like if you want to own a business or you see yourself successful, that's somewhere your purpose is going to come to you calling. So that's how I know that your overall purpose is already predetermined. How you achieve your purpose, that's where you have free will. You can go left, right, up, down. You can take different channels. You could go real estate investor, lottery winner, motivational speaker, whatever you want to do, you could take, but you're going to fulfill your purpose because that's what you set up before you got here. And I just showed you a real life example with me. So some of you may be experiencing something like this. Now you know you can get some, maybe this will give you some more clarity. And that's why I always, from now on, I never force anything. I don't rush stuff because I kind of know how the game works now. And I just watch from behind the scenes and I flow. I never push anymore. I learned my lesson a long time ago because everything is already done. You're already successful. You don't have to try to do anything. The only thing you have to do is to get those 2 minds that were faulty fixed back up and running. That's your ego and your unconscious. That's all you pretty much do. Once you get those fixed, guys, it's just like downloads, like intuition takes over. You just that's all you gotta do. See how it works? You always go in the flow state. Yep. You said the universe don't test you. No, the universe don't test you. That's not test. It's your ego. Your ego, you remember now, your ego looks at things differently than the universe. We say it tests us. The universe never tests you. But the universe does. The universe set out the plan a long time ago. The universe, you're either going to go with it or go against it. That's not a test. Your ego says it's a test. But the universe can't test you. What is already written is already written. There's no testing. Testing is our perspective on it. So the day when that stuff was happening to me, it wasn't the universe testing me. It was my ego telling me I'm being tested or something's wrong. It wasn't the universe. Everything was already set up for me. The universe was taking me to what's best for me. So yeah, the universe never tests you guys. Only your ego gives you the illusion of a test. Where did you learn quantum physics? Ever since I was a kid, I was always into quantum physics. So it was like growing up, I always watched a lot of stuff on quantum physics. And the good thing is, I comprehend information very easily. You know, like I have a unique way when I get information, like very difficult information. I have a very unique way. It's part of my gift to you guys. I have a very unique way of putting out the most difficult information and making it very simple, and then using parables or using illustrations so that you can get it. So that's one of the gifts I had, as I knew when I was coming up, like, okay, I'm pretty good at this stuff because I could, like difficult subjects, I could talk to people and I would make it very simple. And they say, oh, I get it. I don't know where that came from. That's not something I just like learned. I think something that was just given to me. So that's what I did with physics. See how that works? Yep, it's very powerful once you understand that what you're made of, guys. Does everyone have the same higher self? Yes, everyone has their own higher self, their own versions of their authentic self. You have your higher self. I have my higher self. Do all higher selves know each other? I don't know. Does my higher self know your higher self? That I don't know. Are the higher selves maybe one higher self, but they just break up in fractals to serve each person? I don't know all that. That's up that's up to debate. That I don't know. You can speculate on that. But I do know that there is something outside of us that is guiding us and giving us information to fulfill what we came here to fulfill. I do know that for a fact. How can you stay being optimistic all the time? You can't be optimistic all the time. So you can be optimistic a percentage of the time. But the thing that will help you to stay optimistic is to use the gratitude and appreciation. And also your imagination help you to become optimistic. You can use your imagination to see stuff that would feel good to you. You can use your imagination to dream, to have a good time, to just make you feel good. You can use your imagination to see your best life. Even though it may not be real right now, but it still will make you feel a little better because it's something fun. See, that's what your imagination do, and that's how you become an optimist. So those are stuff that you can do to begin, because no one is always optimistic. What is the higher self? The subconscious mind? No. The higher self is something outside of the norm of our reality. Your subconscious mind is the instrument or the tool your higher self uses to talk to you. A lot of stuff you get, it comes to your subconscious, but the true source is from the higher self. Like when you get intuition, it's higher self. When you get dreams and visions, it's higher self. But your subconscious is projecting it to you. Your subconscious can't think, guys. Remember, it's not logical. It's like a computer. The only person that can think or have observation is you and your higher self. So what your higher self does, it sends the information through to the subconscious, because the subconscious is the only part of your consciousness that's capable of handling vast amounts of information. Your higher self can't come to your conscious mind because your conscious mind is tainted with ego, with perceptions, with lack, with all type of stuff. Plus it's severely limited. And your conscious mind is judgmental. It can think, it can reason. It's smart, so it can decide to listen to your higher self if it wants or not. So your higher self don't go there. Your higher self goes to something that cannot refuse it, which is the subconscious. So anything, I want you to get that clear. When I refer to subconscious, I'm really talking about higher self talking to subconscious. Your subconscious can't do anything but take a command and execute it. When you get inspiration, it's higher self. When you get intuition, it's higher self. When you get dreams and visions, it's higher self. Now, when you get a new habit and you change your program, it's the subconscious. When you want to create a new way of thinking, it's the subconscious. But the higher self works to the subconscious. They're not the same thing. It goes higher self, it goes subconscious, it goes conscious, and then it goes creating reality. It can go conscious, subconscious, creating reality. That's how it goes. Higher self, subconscious, and subconscious talks to the conscious, conscious agrees, subconscious manifests it. It can also go this way. It goes higher self, subconscious, subconscious talks to the conscious mind doesn't totally agree, subconscious still creates it, because higher self says it's your purpose, therefore overrides it. It can go conscious mind talking to the subconscious creates reality. It can't never go conscious mind, subconscious, higher self. No, higher self never will talk to your conscious mind. It'll never communicate to your ego. You will have to do that yourself. Subconscious, someone says subconscious also commands your gut instinct, which is different from your intuition. Okay, actually, your intuition is your gut. When I talk about intuition, I'm talking about gut. So they're the same. All intuition comes from your gut. When you get an intuition or feeling, it's usually coming from what's called the enteric nervous system. That's from the gut. The subconscious is connected to your gut. So all intuition comes from the gut. Now, inspired action. that's coming now from a subconscious, from the higher self thing. But when you have an intuition or a nudge, that's the gut. When you have like an inspired action, like a thought to do something, or just when you get like a download, when you get like a aha moment, those are now like more like a subconscious from the higher self communication. What is the spirit? The spirit is your consciousness, the awareness we talk about. The spirit is the ability for you to be aware of this realm. That's the spirit, the life force, energy. Got it? Alright guys, I think this was a good live right here, right? We did about 2 hours. You guys like these long videos, so there you go. You got some good stuff here. Thank you. Someone said $13.99. You're welcome. This is genuine. What is this? Genuine. This thing keeps freezing on me. Oh, genuine Miller Draft. I like that name. Thank you. So now you got some good tips, guys. This live was really good. There's a jam-packed information in this live. I think this live can help a lot of people. You should save this when I upload it and rewatch it. There's a lot of gems in here that you can use. This is like a book. I'll take a couple more questions, then I'm gonna go. Why do we need the subconscious and higher self if we are individualization of God? All right. So God is the universe. You're a part of God. So okay. So you need the subconscious and the conscious, because in this realm, the rules of the game. Remember, it's a game. Every game has a rule. In this realm, or this world we live in, we had developed a conscious and a subconscious to interact with the environment of this game. That's why you have a higher self, and that's why you need a conscious and subconscious. Depends on what game you're playing, what reality, what universe you're in. Maybe in a parallel universe, the version of you exists where you don't have a subconscious or a conscious. Maybe you're just one conscious. Who knows? There's infinite things happening. But in this particular game, the way this game is made up, the way things evolve in this game, you need a subconscious and a conscious. It's just playing the game with what the rules are. You see how that works, right? Okay, what is happening when you feel like you deserve manifestation and program your subconscious mind? Still no results. You mean still no results yet? That's how you got to remember, guys. You're going to get results. You haven't gotten your results yet. You're still alive. As long as you're alive, you're good. So don't say you don't have any. When you say still no results, it tells me that you're looking for something at a particular time, which you shouldn't be doing. You should just continue, be in peace, keep going. The results will come. What does it mean if your dream tells you to stop imagining? Okay, if your dream tells you to stop imagining, then that's more likely your subconscious fighting against your progress, because the subconscious doesn't like change, guys. It likes to stay the same. So the fact is telling you that you got to keep imagining. The subconscious doesn't like change, so it can sometimes put stuff in your dream to make you stop what you're doing. But the undecisiveness slows down your manifestation tremendously. Yes, undecisiveness is the biggest slowdown of manifestation. Just make your mind up, decide what you want, and stick to it. See how that works? Good. Thank you again. Somebody in the $9.99 here. I've been seeing a lot of 8s. Some good stuff coming for you. So I hope you guys get some good stuff. Mark, I won €100 on a scratch card last night. Ah, man, congratulations. More's coming. Each person will notice something different about you. That's true. Each person has a very unique perspective of you. Thank you, Maria. Maria, thank you. $20. You are amazing. Thank you, Maria. What if you're missing the lottery by one number? You got to keep playing. It's gonna come for you. Look, the only time when stuff doesn't work, guys, is when you clock out of this game. When you're not here anymore. That's the only time when it stops working. If you're still here, you're alive, you're breathing, you're living, you're gonna get it. Once you leave and clock out of this game and go to the next realm, or next dimension, next parallel world, it's a different story. But if you're here and you're still going, you just can't give up. If you give up, it means it will never happen. Point blank. Don't give up whatever your goals are. Stick with them. Don't give up. And also, don't make irrational decisions now. Trust the process. Irrational decisions meaning like, if you have a job you don't like, but you just feel like, man, I don't like this job. The universe is going to provide. Let me quit. No. That's an irrational decision. You don't do that without seeing the universe giving you signs first, like with my position. That's irrational decisions. If you know you don't like your job, find peace with it until you get the next step from the universe to move. Because you're going to need income. You're going to need the money. The money's going to help you somehow. Unless you know that you leave your job, you're going to have money, then you can do that. But don't make irrational decisions, guys. Look for the signs. The patterns will lead you. That way you will be more successful. That's how the game works. You do that, you'll be fine. I see a lot of people will do that, man. Make irrational decisions. I was like, why did you quit? Because the universe is going to provide for me. I said, did you see a sign from the universe directing you? Nah. See? Thank you, Moon Goddess 888. Who's Shona? Shona needs to be blocked. You know, you're going to always have like a... When you do these lives, people, there's always going to be like an NPC in here. You're going to always have an NPC or a bot. Always going to be someone in the chat, man, always. But it's a good thing. If they're watching, that means they want to learn something. So don't just ignore the bots. The NPCs. You're going to always have an NPC or a bot in one of these chats. What is this here we got? This is your lottery numbers here? 14, 32, 36, 45, 50. Hey, maybe somebody here gonna get these numbers too. I did some favors to help out, and this next day I got blessed with 240 bucks. Congrats. Look like you guys don't want to leave here. The NPC glitched. Yeah, whatever, you know, with everything, you know, you're gonna look, you're gonna have haters. It's a part of the game, man. It's a game. You're gonna have NPCs and bots. They're gonna be a part of the game, so you can't pay attention to them. They'll talk and they'll spam you, whatever it is. Don't give your energy to them. They're looking for attention. It's even worse now, because the thing is, like, if you find my channel, you have to be searching for this stuff. Yeah, some of it pops up on your newsfeed, but it's an algorithm now. So it's just, my information is only looking for people who's looking for my information. So when you find NPCs or bots in your chats, these people are like, they're really like, they are someone who's bitter. They're more likely tried to use this and it didn't work for them because they didn't do it the right way. So they want to take like vengeance out, and they like search out your type of information, and they put stuff in there, because you really got to search the stuff out. That's the only reason I could see you get NPCs and bots in here, or they're just bots programs, right? There's a lot of chaos in my life right now. There's a blessing on the way for you. That's right. If you experience a lot of chaos in your life, man, be strong. Keep your imagination. Keep your focus. You're about to come through big time. That's usually a good sign. That means there's a clearing coming. You're changing momentum. So when you see chaos, relax. Don't force. Allow. Control what you can control. Let go. What is an NPC? An NPC is what I call a non-player character. And an NPC is someone who lives in the Matrix, who hasn't awakened yet, or who is still stuck in the mentality of a Matrix mindset. They aren't open to how the universe works. They don't understand how their mind works. They see things in a simplistic and ego way. Like a video game, they have these, you see these NPCs, they walk around like this, but they're just part of the game. You can't talk to them, they're like that. That's what that's why I refer to an NPC is. They're playing a character role. They're playing a character, they're playing a role. It's a part of the game, guys. I want a free ticket with a free ticket. Yeah, that's good. You see that? That's how I won. You see that free ticket I won? I won $10,000 on a free ticket. Did you see that? So those free tickets are money, man. I have the pictures in my community tab. You could go look at it. It was a free ticket. It was $10,103. They try to take the focus away from us. Yep. So now you know what NPCs are. Haters are gonna hate. It's part of the process, man. That's right. Your imagination is God. Rose, congratulations. Thanks. Finally. I'll say something about that. That win. And about the creation process, right? So look, I think I made a video, someone pointed out to me a while ago, and the video, we're going up on 2 minutes, 2 hours, 17 seconds here. Okay, let me get this quick. So in the video, I think I mentioned I'm going to manifest 10K, because I was showing someone the ability of using your words and your belief and just let go. So I said I'm going to manifest $10,000, and I'm open to the way I'm going to manifest the $10,000. Now I didn't plan on manifesting $10,000 in the lottery. Now, you know, I laughed and I joked about it because I said, knowing me, the 10,000 will come through the lottery. But I wasn't thinking about the lottery. I was more focused on being open, and that's why I totally forgot about it. When I manifested the 10,000, is when someone on my community wrote and says, "Hey, Mark, is this the 10,000 that you said you were going to manifest in the lottery?" And I said yes. Hold up, I got a question here from a donation. How do I boost my manifestation? There is a car I want to manifest. Wait a minute, hold up. I gotta get this thing right here. Okay. Now it's showing my finger. Look at this. See how this stuff tripping up? How do I boost my manifestation? There's a car I want to manifest. I see it every day, but not able to manifest. It's around. Why isn't it stopping? So when it comes to cars, you visualize. If you can go see the car, go see the car. Stop looking for the car. The car will come to you. Just be open. It will come. It will get it. Don't try to focus. Stop focusing on what you don't have. Just keep focusing on it. You'll get it. But yeah, back to the manifestation thing, right? Okay, someone keeps donating. Thank you, Mark. I'm a truck driver. Don't like my job. Feel like quitting, like you did. Want to become airline pilot. Should I wait for money first, or go for it and money will just come and find me? Yep. So when something like that, if you kind of have an idea what you want to do, if you want to be an airline pilot, the question you got to ask, did you take training, or do you have some knowledge of that? If you do, then yeah, you can go for it. That's when the help will come to you. And then feel it out. Look for the signs. Ask the universe. Say, hey, give me a sign. This is the best way to know to do something. This is the number one thing, my go-to method right here. When I'm gonna do something I'm not sure about, I go like this. I said, just like this. I said, hey, give me a sign and let me know if I'm to go. That's it. And you're gonna know. Yeah, but the thing with that is okay, with the $10,000 there, yeah. So I forgot about it, and someone mentioned to me that Was this a 10,000? I was like, oh yeah, it is. They reminded me. But the point I'm showing you is, like, whenever you're gonna manifest something, you gotta do it in that order. Like, I said it and I literally forgot about it. Like, literally, I didn't think about it again. I moved on because I assumed it was done. That's a very important tip for you to understand when you're gonna create anything. That will always bring stuff into the world. Okay? Ever notice haters, complainers always look really old? Okay, guys. All right. I think we did enough today, right? Almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. So, good stuff, guys. I'll catch you again next week.